Okay. You see these yellow cars? These are all taxis here in Colombia. There's like thousands and thousands of these things. Here, Tony, get get what's coming up on the left, and I'll tell you guys the story.
Okay.
Right. You see where it says huevos? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That basically is a farm. It's a agricultural farm, and they have eggs and hens and all that.
Right.
Right. So the story about that is that it's owned by Chinese people. Their last name is Ho. All right, H-O. And
it's a good name.
Yeah, and they came about 3/4 of a century ago to Barranquilla. Right.
It started off with the matron, Anita. Her first name was Anita. So last name Ho, Anita Ho.
Okay, so back in the day when communism started in China, a lot of Chinese refugees came to our good nation.
That's beautiful, man.
And they, you know, what they did was they hired a big ship. They came all the way from China over here, and they filled the ship with stowaways. All right, and they told these stowaways they could pay their ticket with a life full of serfdom in their own farms.
Of serfdomship.
Of serfdomship, yeah. So they've been working here for 75 years, all these stowaways. They've been guaranteed food, shelter, clothes, and what have you, but they don't have any rights. Okay? And Emperor Ho is, you know, the main man.
Descended from Anita Ho.
Hey,
yeah.
but that is a true story, Eric.
That is a true story.
That is really a true story, but it's
And
not Mr. Ho, it's Mr. What?
No, let's
disclose the name.
we won't disclose the name.
Right.
Let's just leave it at Mr. Ho.
Well, it ends in N.
And, but here's the funny part. I may be hurting feelings over here, but I'll say it anyway. For us white men,
Japanese or what?
so for us white men, Japanese and Chinese people all look alike, all right? And when Mr. Ho brought all of his people, they came into the country with the same ID. Like 120 people came into the country with the same ID, be it man or woman, tall or short, they all came in with the same ID, all right? So obviously, you know, the 120 Eric Ho's came into the country at a certain time in, say, the 1920s or the 1930s. So all these people are unaccounted for, okay? And they've been working for like 75 years without any rights, okay? And they've worked in several areas. You know, some of them work in a farm I mean, if you're not paying anything, right? If your workforce is cheap as hell, even free, I mean, all your profit is going to be amazing. All your revenue is going to be, you know, sky high. So they created restaurants and all this, and they have, and the whole dynasty, which now is dynasty. They have franchises of Chinese food restaurants. They tell you they serve you like whatever chicken lo mein, and they give you rat lo mein, and you know, they'll give you meat, a spring roll with meat, and they're really giving you iguana. So you know,
you guys eat anything.
Yeah, you guys eat anything. So it's a really good thing.
Hey Eric, why don't you try getting this guy?
Okay, sure.
So it's a really good thing because you get savory culinary exploration of our fauna. Okay?
Well, why do you think the Chinese were so interested in coming here, man?
Cheap, a lot of land.
I mean, but those
there wasn't any communism.
But those Chinese that were gonna sell themselves to like slave shit, I know.
It's basically the same story that happened in it would be the same story that happened in 1492 in Spain. To invade our lands.
All right.
Came in 1492 in Spain. When Christopher Columbus came to invade our lands.
All right.
Came 1492. Just about a few months before Christopher Columbus set off from Palos de Moer to come and what the Spanish were looking for was a new route to the India and China, but he got lost and he arrived in Latin America, first in La Isabela, which is very near to Santo Domingo, which is an island in Central America. But in 1492, at the same time, the Jewish got expelled from Spain, and many of these Jews embarked with Christopher Columbus in kind of a suicidal mission. Okay, and it took them about a year to arrive to our shores in Latin America. And story says that before Christopher Columbus hit land, the sailors were planning a mutiny. And you have to think that this was really a suicidal mission, and the Jews were casted away from the Spanish Peninsula, and the only people Christopher Columbus got to recruit in his voyage were thieves, pederasts, sodomists, you know,
okay.
people who are jailed.
What
or
was a pederast?
Like criminal.
a pederast is a person who has sex with ostriches.
Wow. So kind of like Tony.
Yeah. and that's exactly the same thing. I really don't know the date when communism began in China, but obviously the people who came from China to Colombia, they were escaping communism.
Well, but going back to the Christopher Columbus thing, do you think that explains the reason why he can drink and drive at the same time and there's no speed limit?
Oh yes, it's mating. If you mate white people, right, white Spanish people with Indians and Africans, this is the result you get. A jerky-looking Chinese. So that explains why you can drink and drive.
Hey, show us your hair, man.
My hair?
Yeah. That's the result, man, of...
That's mixing, interracial mixing.
Like the pubic hair was supposed to go, you know, down in your
and
your
it went
waist,
up.
and it went up.
Exactly.
It's got a pube, man.
Exactly. I've got pube frontal hair.